This has very little to do with your technical ability right now, your credentials, your skill set. This is the art and science of being a financial advisor, because this isn't about just wealth management. This is relationship management. Hey, this is Duncan MacPherson with Pareto Systems. As you can imagine, the velocity of interactions I'm having with financial advisors, our clients, and other fee-for-service professionals. It's intense and very revealing. Some advisors are dwelling on what could have been. Others are focusing on what could be. Hindsight is a powerful force. And I know you probably talked to a lot of your clients and maybe you wish you could have a redo. It's okay. You've done no harm. We'll show you some things you can do to reach out again, because it's fluid and dynamic. This is not a one-off. But this is what separates the best from the rest. I want you to look at this as an opportunity, maybe even a gift of time. Spend some time with your family, with your pets. Take care of yourself. Best way to take impeccable care of your clients and your team, take impeccable care of yourself. Eat well, sleep well, exercise, rejuvenate. Do some writing, create some content. Now, here's what's interesting. If I'm talking to an advisor and I can tell that they're feeling the weight of this, I'll disrupt their pattern. I'll just ask them this question. I'll just say, hey, what's your GPA? And invariably they'll say, what's that? What's my GPA? And what I'm trying to remind them of is that this has very little to do with your technical ability right now, your credentials, your skill set. This is the art and science of being a financial advisor, because this isn't about just wealth management. This is relationship management. So GPA is an acronym for gratitude, purpose, and action. So I want to talk to them about their gratitude. I want to talk about their sense of purpose, and I want to talk about the actions they're going to take. I talk about gratitude because I've had some people dwelling on, I had one advisor this morning talk about how much money he personally has lost. It's a big number. And I'm not trivializing it at all. But I said to him, you're basically where you were in March of 2018. Keep going back. Where were you in March of 2010? Like proportion, perspective. And I said, you basically lost your keys. Okay, you'll find them. It'll come back. But then you talk to an advisor who says, I got a referral in January from a great client, and the new client empowered me and trusted me with several $1 million in January that is now 25% less. And that's meaningful, but we've had really constructive conversations around that. Now, I'll get more into that in a second, but I just want to remind you, appreciate what you have while you aspire to what you want. 50% of people on planet Earth live off less than $6 a day. Survival is every day. We had a really good run there, and now here we are. Not downplaying anything. I just want you to keep it all in perspective. But let's talk about purpose. your sense of purpose, because I'm sure that's being rejuvenated. And I can feel it in many conversations I'm having. You cast a big shadow. You impact generations of people and their family, their lives. Let the past serve you. Invest the past into the future. Don't let this hurt you. You know, John Kenneth Galbraith wrote a great book called A Short History of Financial Euphoria. There's all kinds of resources out there that'll help you just give some context and perspective to this. Just remember Andy Grove's book, Only the Paranoid Survive. The difference between being worried and being paranoid, and risk management and wealth management. I just want you to expand your thinking around your role and your purpose. But now let's talk about actions, okay? Because ultimately it's what you do and what that does. So the first thing you have to think about is obviously continually calling people and communicating with people. But start with the who, because there's two categories: those who deserve you and those who need you. Those who deserve you are your perfect clients, your ideal clients. Start there, one-to-one, very meaningful, form-based conversations. Who needs you? Well, everyone needs you right now. I've had advisors who have talked to basically everybody they know. They've gone through their entire address books. Existing clients, former clients, friends, family members, strategic partners. And I know that sounds like work, but there's two types of fatigue. There's the activity and actions you dread. And then there's the purpose-based activities. And it's a different type of tired. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, invariably, in every conversation you're going to have, people are going to ask you the question, how are you doing? Again, be the beacon, be the light, be the fountain, not the drain. When somebody gives you permission to tell them how you're doing, just pause and just simply say to them, this is why I became a financial advisor right here. I mean, I love what I do, but it's right here where I have the best conversations with friends and family members of my clients, let alone my clients. This is why, helping them tune out the noise. Now, if you want to go further than that, just ask them, do you have a pen handy? They'll say, yeah. Just draw yourself a two-circle Venn diagram. Just two interlocking circles side by side. In the left circle, write in the word matters. In the right circle, write in the word control. It's times like these, I never lose sight of what matters to our clients. And then tell them to write the word form vertically underneath that circle. Talk about family, talk about occupation, talk about recreation, and then talk about money in the context that it's a means to those ends. Remember, save your data and your knowledge and your credentials for the end of the conversation if they want it. And then move over to control. Just simply remind them, look, we know where we're going, but it's not the wind, it's the set of the sail. So let's stick to the plan. Let's stick to the process. Let's trust it. And then underneath controls, remind them about the 3 Ps. Now, the 3 Ps might be your people, your practice, your process, or it might be your philosophy, your planning strategy, your process. Just punctuate it. Now, you want them to internalize this themselves. It, again, is the noise-canceling headphones, right? The signal-to-noise ratio, there's a lot of noise. That's the signal. But remember what Confucius said. Teach a man to fish. when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, right? Here's what's going to happen. You're going to start getting introductions with really interesting people, and you're going to call the rainmakers, and you're going to say, wow, I love talking to your friend or your business partner or your brother. What did you say to make this introduction happen? Watch. Well, I just did the Venn diagram. I just talked to them about form and what matters and what control and 3 Ps, and I just said I'll make an introduction. What else can you do? I recommend, at least for the 20%, you send out a card. Call our friends at Lavish Cards. Send out the spring seasonal card, right? We've had the autumn harvest. It's winter. Winter follows autumn. Some winters are more severe than others, but what always follows winter? Spring. It's the way it's always been, the way it'll always be. If you want to have fun with this, put a little lumpy mail in the card, a little package of seeds, right? Symbolic. High touch, high tech, high reach. Do some conference calls. And not talking about performance. Talk about form. Just be the voice of reason. Tell some stories. Lead with purpose. People want to feel like they belong to something. Do some video. Talk to our friends at Idea Decanter for your evergreen and cascading video blogs. This will serve you. Don't let it hurt you. Now we're going to continue to provide resources. Chris Jepson and I are going to do a webinar called "This is Why You Became a Financial Advisor." Jackie Wilkie, who is connected with me on LinkedIn, part of First Trust, she's going to do a webinar on communicating with family and the next generation. It's a perfect time. Kevin Bishop is going to talk about how to refine and optimize your practice. Perfect time. I know that might seem counterintuitive, but it is a mindset. So a little bit longer video than normal, but I hope this remotely resonates. Watch for these webinars. See us on LinkedIn. And until next time, thanks for watching. This is Duncan MacPherson with Pareto Systems. Make it a great day. Spring's around the corner. Storm will pass. Bye for now.